Nightmares are unsettling experiences that can leave us shaken and anxious upon waking. When these nightmares recur, their impact can be even more profound, prompting us to question their significance and seek understanding. Here, we explore 10 common scary recurring nightmares, delving into their possible psychological meanings and interpretations. 1. Being chased. Meaning, one of the most prevalent nightmares involves being chased by an unknown person, animal, or entity. The fear of pursuit often symbolizes avoidance of a difficult situation or unresolved conflict in waking life. It may represent feeling overwhelmed or pursued by responsibilities or emotions that are difficult to confront. Interpretation. This nightmare suggests that you may be running away from something in your life that needs addressing. It could be a challenging relationship, a stressful job situation, or an unresolved personal issue. The relentless pursuit in the dream reflects your subconscious urging you to face and tackle these issues rather than avoiding them. Psychological insight. Being chased in a dream can reflect feelings of anxiety, fear of failure, or a sense of being overwhelmed by circumstances. It may also indicate a need for assertiveness or courage to confront challenges head-on instead of feeling constantly pursued or threatened by them. 2. Falling. Meaning, dreams where you're falling uncontrollably are common and can evoke intense fear and panic. The sensation of falling often symbolizes a lack of control in your waking life. It may represent anxieties about losing control over a situation, fear of failure, or feeling overwhelmed by life's uncertainties. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may indicate a fear of letting go or losing grip on something important to you. It could reflect insecurities about your abilities or fears of inadequacy. Alternatively, it might suggest a fear of losing status, stability, or the security you've worked hard to maintain. Psychological insight. Falling dreams can be linked to feelings of anxiety or insecurity, especially when facing significant life changes or challenges. They may highlight a need for grounding, stability, or finding ways to regain control over aspects of your life that feel uncertain or overwhelming. 3. Teeth falling out. Meaning, dreams about teeth falling out are surprisingly common and can be quite distressing. Psychologically, losing teeth in dreams often symbolizes concerns about appearance, aging, or loss of power and control. It may also reflect anxieties about communication or feeling powerless in social situations. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may indicate worries about your self-image, fears of aging, or concerns about how others perceive you. It could also suggest difficulties in expressing yourself verbally or feeling unable to communicate effectively in your waking life. Psychological insight. Teeth falling out dreams can tap into deep-seated insecurities or fears of losing something important to your identity or self-esteem. They may encourage you to explore issues related to self-worth, confidence, or the need for better communication skills in personal or professional relationships. 4. Being naked in public. Meaning, dreams where you find yourself naked or inadequately dressed in public often symbolize vulnerability and fear of exposure. They may reflect concerns about judgment from others, feelings of embarrassment, or a fear of being seen as inadequate or unprepared. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may suggest a fear of being exposed or criticized for your flaws or mistakes. It could also indicate a fear of being vulnerable or feeling unprepared for a challenging situation in your waking life. Psychological insight. Being naked in public dreams can highlight issues related to self-consciousness, shame, or the need for acceptance. They may encourage you to confront feelings of inadequacy or fear of judgment, promoting self-acceptance and resilience in the face of vulnerability. 5. Drowning or suffocating. Meaning, dreams of drowning, suffocating, or being unable to breathe often signify overwhelming emotions or a sense of being suffocated by circumstances in your waking life. These nightmares may symbolize fears of emotional overwhelm, feeling trapped, or struggling to cope with stress. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may indicate feelings of helplessness, anxiety, or a fear of losing control over your emotions or life circumstances. It could also reflect a need for emotional release or a desire to break free from suffocating situations or relationships. Psychological insight. Drowning or suffocating dreams can point to unresolved feelings of anxiety, stress, or pressure. They may prompt you to explore ways to manage stress more effectively, seek support in challenging times, or address underlying issues that contribute to feelings of suffocation. 6. Lost or trapped. Meaning, dreams of being lost, trapped, or unable to find your way often symbolize feelings of confusion, insecurity, or a lack of direction in your waking life. These nightmares may indicate fears of making the wrong decisions or feeling trapped in undesirable situations. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may suggest uncertainties about your future, doubts about your choices, or concerns about not living up to expectations. It could also reflect a sense of being stuck or unable to move forward in a particular area of your life. Psychological insight. Feeling lost or trapped in dreams can highlight feelings of insecurity, indecision, or a need for clarity and direction. They may encourage you to explore your goals, values, and aspirations more deeply, seeking ways to navigate challenges and find fulfillment. 7. Injury or death of a loved one. Meaning, nightmares involving the injury or death of a loved one can be particularly distressing. These dreams often symbolize fears of loss, unresolved grief, or anxieties about the well-being of those close to you. They may also reflect feelings of guilt or regret in relationships. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may indicate concerns about the health or safety of loved ones, fears of separation or abandonment, or unresolved emotions related to past losses. It could also suggest a need for closure or forgiveness in personal relationships. Psychological insight. Dreams of losing a loved one can evoke deep emotional responses, highlighting fears of vulnerability, attachment, or the fragility of life. They may prompt you to cherish relationships more consciously, express gratitude, or address unresolved emotions that affect your well-being. 8. Monsters or supernatural entities. Meaning, dreams featuring monsters, demons, or supernatural entities tap into primal fears and anxieties. These nightmares may symbolize inner conflicts, unresolved traumas, or fears of the unknown. They often arise during times of stress or when facing significant life changes. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may represent fears of facing your own inner demons, confronting hidden aspects of yourself, or dealing with intimidating challenges in your waking life. It could also reflect anxieties about external threats or the unknown. Psychological insight. Dreams of monsters or supernatural entities can reveal underlying fears or insecurities that need acknowledgement and integration. They may encourage you to confront fears courageously, seek support when needed, or explore aspects of yourself that require healing and acceptance. 9. Apocalyptic events. Meaning, dreams of apocalyptic events such as earthquakes, floods, or wars can be terrifying. These nightmares often signify deep-seated fears about global issues, personal crises, or a fear of losing control over your life or surroundings. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may symbolize anxieties about major life changes, concerns about the state of the world, or fears of impending disaster. It could also reflect a sense of powerlessness or a need to prepare for unexpected challenges. Psychological insight. Apocalyptic dreams can prompt reflection on existential concerns, personal values, and the need for resilience in uncertain times. They may encourage you to prioritize what truly matters, cultivate inner strength, or take proactive steps to address fears and uncertainties. 10. Recurring childhood nightmares. Meaning, some people experience recurring nightmares that originated in childhood and continue into adulthood. These dreams often reflect unresolved childhood traumas, fears, or anxieties that persist and influence the individual's emotional well-being. Interpretation. This recurring nightmare may indicate unresolved issues from your past, lingering fears from childhood experiences, or emotional wounds that continue to affect your present-day life. It could also suggest a need for inner child healing or processing traumatic memories. Psychological insight. Recurring childhood nightmares can serve as signals from your subconscious, urging you to acknowledge and address unresolved emotions or traumas. They may prompt therapeutic exploration, self-care practices, or efforts to cultivate a sense of safety and security within yourself. Conclusion. Nightmares, especially recurring ones, offer valuable insights into our subconscious fears, anxieties, and unresolved issues. By exploring the meanings behind these scary dreams, we can gain deeper self-awareness, emotional healing, and personal growth. Whether they reflect everyday stresses, past traumas, or existential concerns, nightmares encourage us to confront our fears courageously and navigate life with greater resilience and understanding.